All right, we're just about wrapping up the bones of the site, and then we can move on to actually editing our theme. But we just want to do one quick thing before we actually hop into the theme customizer. Like you see here, we're going to go into our settings first. We're going to come back into our sidebar in our Shopify dashboard, and we're going to click settings. And this is the settings for all of Shopify. So I'm going to quickly run through these. Some things I can't go into, like actually setting up your checkout and credit card and all of that stuff, because you'll have to actually do that depending on the country you're in, how it's all set up. But I will show you where you go in to do that, and then it walks you through it step by step. But we're going to start on general, and we'll see here, this is our store name. So when we first set up our store, we set it up as DSL Theme 2, and that's obviously not what we want our store to be named. So we're going to delete that, and it's Razor Sharp Shaves. This is really important right here, guys, your account email and your customer email. So this is fine if we leave our account email of what our personal email address is. If you're going to get a Gmail account that is specific to your store so that you can use that to create your Gmail platform and your Gmail, your Google Shopping accounts and things like that, you want to switch that out here if you're going to keep all your emails within a separate email. But if not, this is fine to stay, but the customer email is important. We don't want this coming from a Gmail account or an AOL account. This has to be switched to a domain email address. So eventually this will be either sales or hello or customer service at and then razorsharpshave.com. So in another video, there'll be another video within this series that will show you how to create domain emails, but this is where you'll put that. You don't want your customers receiving emails from your Gmail account or your personal email account. So your legal name of business, if you have an LLC, you put that there. If you have if you incorporated, you put that there. Your business phone number, obviously, I'm not going to put my personal phone number in here, but you go ahead and put your business phone number in here. If you don't have a business phone number, you can put your personal phone number in here. Just, I'm not sure exactly where this pulls to on your site. I actually don't think it does. So I think this is just for Shopify. So just make sure as you're running through your site to check over it before you go live that your phone number isn't listed anywhere. And then your business address can go here. If you have if you're from another country selling in the United States and you have an LLC, you put that address here so that you don't have an international address, because this is kind of how your payment settings work. So you can see here, you put your actual address in, and then you can just go through and make sure you have your currency is going to be whatever your credit card's linked to, and make sure you have everything set up. This is optional, and you can use it to change. Basically, it's just showing if an order comes through, what your customer's order number will be. But you don't really have to do that. You can let it go naturally. This is what Shopify automatically does. So we could just leave it at that and click save. And we're going to go into our next option, which is payments. And this is, again, guys, where I can't walk you through. But this is Shopify Payments. This is your payment processor that Shopify is, if you're in the United States or if you're in the UK or if you're in Australia, usually they have a payment processor through Stripe. If you're in a smaller country, you may need to see find a different payment processor. But if you have this option here, you can complete the account setup, and you basically just have to walk through and actually put in your business information. Make sure that, see how when I set up DSL theme, make sure you switch that to actually your website so customers understand what they're purchasing from when they see it. And you go ahead and you put all this information in under payments. You can link a PayPal account, right? So you can link a PayPal account, and this is a great option. You just click edit. It walks you through. Shopify just accepted Amazon payments, so you can activate that. If you have an Amazon account, you can set that up. And down here is where you would do if you were doing from another, like a third-party payment processor. If you couldn't use Shopify payments, you can come down here and add one. And then lastly, I think this is really important on this page, right? Automatically, it's out of the box, Shopify captures payments from orders right away. But since we are drop shippers and we're not always confident if a product is out of stock, this is up to you. But I personally always click manually capture my order and then send me a warning email when it's getting close to expiring. So I could check, make sure the product's in stock with my supplier, then go capture the payment instead of capturing the payment and having to refund that money, giving the customer 3 to 4 days of waiting for their money to come back if the product's not in stock. So this is how I do it. I think this is a great way to run your business this way, and it just alleviates customers getting angry at you. So again, we'll click save. We're going to come into checkout, and um, if you click accounts are required and a customer goes to check out, they have a page where they have to put in their information. But if you do accounts are optional, this is as simple as just showing a little box in your checkout that allows customers to create account by clicking that box. So this is something that you don't have to have accounts. And I don't know how many customers actually come back and check on their accounts, but if you do want to create accounts, this is a simple way to do it without adding steps to the checkout process, right? So we're trying to get our checkout process to be as streamlined, like one page as possible. So accounts are required is probably not your best bet because it's going to add a step to the checkout process. So if you do want accounts, accounts are optional. Full name, I think it's best to require first and last name. The company can be optional or hidden or required. Optional, and then this is huge, guys. Always make them give you a phone number because it stops a lot of fraudulent orders from coming through. There's scammers out there who know that a Shopify account's new. I don't know how they have a list, but they can see that a Shopify account's new, and they will purchase right away. So when I first opened my stores, I was getting fraudulent orders in the beginning, and I've realized that if you require a number, that kind of I don't know how much it actually decreases it, but it does decrease it. So if you require your customers to put in a phone number plus for shipping, if the shipping company, the freight company needs to get in touch with the customer, you don't have to find out their number after the fact. You already have it. And then we're going to use billing by default. That just again alleviates one step. The customer can add their billing address if they want to add a different one. So keep that clicked. I would put the customer agrees to promotional emails by default. Why would you not agree? Like you want them to get added to your promotional emails. So that's a great option right there. And then I do not automatically fulfill them once a customer has been paid because you have to wait for your supplier to give you that tracking number before you fulfill it. And then fulfilled and paid, you can click this or not. Basically, it doesn't do anything long term. It just moves the order from showing as open to closed in your account. This is where you will add things that, say, Michael Erickson shows you in the pay-per-click course and things like that, just so you know where additional scripts are. It's in checkout under settings. And then we can change the language of our account. Or the checkout page, not just our account, the checkout page. So if you're in another country that people speak a different language, you do that here. And then again, we can make those policies that we spoke about earlier. Okay. And then we are going to go up here and click shipping. Okay, so we have our shipping address in here. We can add carriers, or if we're not going to be managing if we're not going to be, and also let me go back to this really quick. This is our personal shipping address, but you don't need to worry about your customer sending stuff back here. This is what's in your system, but just make sure in your return policy you say contact us for the address to be shipped back to, right? So this is just your business address. Because we're shipping from multiple locations, active carriers and active this is showing new shipping rates, like accurate shipping rates for each order. You're probably not going to be able to do this because if you have more than one supplier, it's going to throw it off. So you don't have to put anything here. It's really important to add zones and rates. You actually can't. Your customer cannot check out if you don't have these set. So for instance, if you didn't have the rest of the world here, if we deleted it, um, then it would not let anybody check out who was not shipping to the United States. So if you don't have the United States in here and your customers are trying to check out for the United States, they won't be able to as well. So I'll just jump in here to be able to show you how to edit these things. So this is domestic. We can change it to the United States. And then we have 62 of 62 states. You can go in here and you can edit if you don't want to say send it to other like small little islands and things like that. Um, and then a rate, right? So the cost that the customer is going to have to spend on shipping. So we can do free shipping if we're going to do a free shipping promotion or something, and then add a free shipping rate like that, right? So there's no limit. If you want to have standard shipping, getting ahead of myself, and say it's $40 for all orders, or no, sorry about that. You put that here. $40 for orders between 0 and say $400, right? But if a customer puts something in their cart or adds multiple products that are over $400, you don't have a shipping rate and they will not be able to check out unless they use the free shipping one. So you have to make sure you go through these and make sure every single option that you wouldn't have thought of, if you actually do want to ship it to them. If you're not going to ship outside of the US, don't put outside of the US. But all the other stuff, make sure everything matches up. So you can do it by product price, or you can do it by product weight. So let's see how we would do that. That's down here. So if you actually have gone through all of your products and added those grams, like in the past videos where we are uploading products, you could do it by weight. So if a customer's weight is under 20, the product total weight is under 25 pounds, you can change that. So two options. You can do it by weight or you can do it by price, and just make sure that everything is actually linked up. And you could also add different express mail, priority mail, things like that. So you can go over this and make sure you have all of your weights set up before you go live with your store, because people have in our course gone through it, done everything, thought they were going to get a sale, but the person couldn't actually check out, and then they had to contact the customer because they saw them that they either had an abandoned cart or something like that, and then they had to go contact the customer. So again, really go through this and check it yourself too. Go put things in your cart and check it out, try to check out, and see if you actually get an error or you could check out. So that is shipping. Taxes here. We want to click a few things, right? So we don't need to charge taxes on shipping, and we don't need to include the taxes on our prices unless we're in like the UK or something where you need to charge VAT or something like that. For the United States and for most places, you would click the US, and so this is Texas because it put my address in Texas. So it came up automatically, but I am in, let's see, Mass. So I could do that, and then I'll put my zip. And now it will charge the tax here. It will charge that. So that's like where I'm located, right? That's where my business is located. If you have an LLC, where's your LLC? Most people do Wyoming, so this would be Wyoming. And this is different, obviously, from country to country, but this page should work and show for your specific country. And so I am, again, my business was run out of Massachusetts, so then I would charge tax in Massachusetts. And this has to be here to actually charge this tax, and Shopify will do that automatically in the checkout. I'm going to go on to the next. Taxes, notifications. What is that? That is how the emails that customers get or that you get after an order is placed or an order shipped, things like that. Any notification. So to view these, you can, so this is order confirmation. This is right after customer places the order. The customer will get this email, and to check what it looks like, you'll see it shows the HTML here, which a lot of people don't really know how to edit this, but you can also do, is it down here or up there? Might be up there. Here, you can preview. And what does this email look like to them? it looks like this, right? So the customer can view their order, they see the products they purchased, they see all this information here. Again, this email, that's what I mean by making sure up here in general your email is different. You don't want that showing, right? So again, you can go in here, you can do a lot of really cool things. You can actually change like the text and the wording if you want to do that. And you can, if you click here to read more, you can, I'll actually open it up for you. You can see the different options of things you can put in, and it gives you how you do it, to how you actually show what's going to be visible here. So again, in notifications, they're all pretty much standard, but you can go in there and edit things, add, subtract, whatever you want, make them fancy, add your logo, things like that. And that's all done within the notification section. And then also down here, you can get, this is where I'm going to get when an order is placed, me as the store owner will get my email or any email from Shopify to this. So you can change this, you could disable it, you could add multiple, you could set desktop notifications. So again, this is the notification section. Files we had actually already went over when we added our picture. These are all going to be the images of your website. Sales channels. Right now we have our online store. If you, which is your, which is this, it's just our website. But we could add sales channels, and Shopify is now hooked to so many different options where you could actually go through these and add. You can sell on Pinterest, you can sell on Twitter, you can sell on House, you can sell on Facebook. So each one of these you can actually link up. And it's great. I mean, I sell on I think it's Wanilo, Want Need Love, and you can actually I sell products on here all the time. So definitely go in and see which ones will fit your niche. There's different margins that they take away. There's basically fees to be on each one of these. So I think 10% comes out here. So you have to make sure your margins, but read up on each one of these, and you can link them up to your store. When you actually do, and you put, say your Facebook page, and you link it up to your Facebook page, which I think Michael Erickson is going to be going over in the new social media course, you can link that up, and then once it's linked up, it'll actually come up as another sales channel here. So you'll have your online store, but then you'll have Facebook, Twitter, and all of the other different options. So these are great when you want to expand your business, get new traffic, and new sales channels. And then lastly, we go into account. And this is where we have our credit card information. We can see what Shopify is charging us per order. We can see the account ownership. If we need to link up to Google Apps, our account summary, what's being charged, and then obviously there's different ways you could pause your store, close your store, things like that. So that is the settings of Shopify. I thought this was actually going to be shorter, so what I'm going to do is take a quick pause, and in the next video, I'll go through the theme customizer, and I will show you how quick and easy it is to actually make a website. I'll see you guys there.